Hello. Hi.
Uh,
Welcome to our live show for The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzi Lee, our long awaited live show. Like, it was supposed to be,
yes.
yeah, it was already late to begin with, but it was supposed to be last Sunday, but Kat was sick, so it's today. So welcome.
Yes.
Um,
Hello.
it's been so long since we've done one of these. I'm just trying to think, what do we do? Um, so Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue was the December book for Once Upon a Read Along, and we are now mostly through January. So,
Yeah.
um, I keep thinking it's the January book, and it's not the January book. So, first and foremost, we will start with our overall opinions, our thoughts. So, Kat, would you like to go ahead?
Sure. I really like this book. I just finished reading it on Friday night. It was really good. I liked Monty's voice. He's very endearing and he's really someone who's not a perfect protagonist, and I really like him for it. He has his flaws, but he's very lovable, he's adoring, and I love his personality and like his screw what everyone says, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I like that he wants to do his own thing rather than do what his parents want him to do. Especially in that era, I feel like a lot of the times you do have to follow what society tells you to do, and you have to be what society wants you to be. And I like that he kind of just goes about his own path. And I do like Percy too. I think he's cute, and I kind of feel like he's almost opposite of Monty. He's more conscious of his actions and more conscious of what society thinks about him. And I understand he is someone who has Black heritage. He's a Black character, and obviously he's obviously in love, they're kind of like in love with each other. So there's also the whole, gay is not accepted during this time. So I like that they kind of, even though they're different personalities, they kind of complement each other. And then the sister, what is her name again? Felicity. I really like
Yeah.
her. She's I like that she kind of is a bookworm, and I feel for her the fact that she is female, so she has to go to a school where she's, it's like what is it like what is it called?
I think it's called a finishing school.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she's like going to the school where she has to learn manners and stuff like that. And instead, she wants to be a doctor. She wants to learn about medicine. And I feel for her. And I like that she kind of got sort of like a happy ending at the end, too. So I'm excited.
So I gave this
So I gave this
5 stars,
5 stars.
and I was really nervous to read it because I'm not a big fan of historical fiction, but I've heard it reads like a contemporary. So I remember picking this up at Y'all Fest to get it signed, and I was like, well, this better be good. And I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And I got to the point where my goal is to read 100 pages a day. And I got to the point where I was reading over that and reading more than that because I loved it so much. I finished this book, it was my first finished book of 2018. And it was absolutely amazing. I loved it. And I can't go into in-depth detail like you did, but it was just really, really good.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you keep saying, like, it's supposed to be considered historical fiction, but I feel like this book is more contemporary, set in a historical era.
Yeah.
Because for me, historical fiction is something that's based on something that actually happened like, in history. So, like, I consider any of Ruta Sepetty's books to be considered historical
Oh, yeah.
fiction. I consider, like, The Book Thief to be historical fiction. So I feel like, yes, this book is technically considered historical fiction, but I know for me personally, I view it more as a contemporary book set in a historical era, like a period time. Just because it's so it's not like what I consider to be historical fiction.
It was very
It
much
was
an adventure book.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely was. It was so fun, and the things that like just the trouble that they attracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in our live
chat,
chat, Desiree says that she needs to read this book.
Yeah.
And yes, I agree because I got it for her birthday. Or not for her birthday, for Christmas. That was it. Whatever the holiday that just passed.
Wait, you bought it for her?
For Christmas, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You need to read it, Desiree, because it's really good. So what did you think of the characters? Because I kind of went in depth about what I liked about each one of them.
I realized that we have Monty right here on the cover, but I kept picturing him like Eddie Redmayne as Newt from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh. Yeah,
but,
yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of looks like it. And I kept picturing, I totally fan casted almost everybody, or like at least Monty and Felicity. To me, Felicity looks like a girl from the Middle, I think. I can't remember. She looks like the sister from the Middle, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Eden Share. This is literally how I pictured Felicity. I don't even know if this is going to show up.
Really?
Yeah.
It shows up.
But yeah, I like. Look, I'm just thinking, like, so much happened, and I know this is like really going off topic of your question. So much happened from like when they were. Oh, and we're totally into spoilers now at this point. So if you haven't read the book, click away, or if you don't care about spoilers, then you can stay. But when they were essentially like robbed from their carriage, and then all the way to the end where they're like on a boat at an island, like so much went down. It was crazy.
It is definitely like a book that's very fast paced, which is good. Mm-hmm. I feel like some historical fictions aren't that fast paced, and yeah, so this was definitely really fast paced, really action packed. So maybe that probably attributed to why you read it so fast.
Yeah,
because I know when books are this fast paced, I read it really quickly too.
It was so good though, and I liked it being really fast paced. That was helpful. I'm trying to keep up with the chat and the Twitter. Nothing's happening on Twitter. What am I doing? So Desiree left. That means our one viewer right now is me on the group chat. What else? What else should we talk about? We're 10 minutes in, and we're at this right now.
Well, you haven't told me like what do you like about the characters?
I'm
trying to keep the conversation going.
Like these questions, like these. I don't know. I liked Monty's sass, and his. I guess the word would be he's charismatic. I think that's the word. He was sass. He was like my opportune level of sass.
Okay, here's my question, because I'm not sure. I feel like it was. So in the ending, when you find out that Monty's dad was kind of like a womanizer too, and he impregnated this girl and whatever. So is Monty not his son?
I think
based from his letter at the end, it gave me that kind of like impression that he's not like his legitimate son, like he's a bastard. You know what I mean?
I need to look at it again.
Confused by the revelation.
The very end, the letter.
Yeah, doesn't the letter say something about like I feel like he gave me that impression that he's not a legitimate son.
I think he is a legitimate son, but he's not firstborn.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay, that would make so much sense. Okay.
Yeah. So he's technically not the eldest. Let me tell you how excited I am for the sequel to this book and how much I hope it has the same cover. I hope it's pink.
It will have some. I hope that they don't change covers. That would just.
What if? I know you have the Owl Crate version, but like, what if the letterings and the spine is like purple or pink instead? I don't know.
I feel like because the colors, even with the Owl Crate one, it's very like pastel colors, so they need to keep up with that theme.
Honestly, I like the original version more than the Owl Crate version.
I mean, it's like exactly the same. It's just the colors are different.
That is, I can't see.
See, like the lettering is orange and the spine is blue.
That is a. I like the spine. I don't like the lettering. I don't like that color. No, it's all about that blue and that yellow. And that, well, it's more like a mint, I guess. I would call this a minty color.
So who do you think? Do you think that Felicity's love interest, because I'm assuming there's going to be a love, is it going to be one of the pirates, or do you think there's going to be a new guy coming in?
I wouldn't think that there would be a love interest for Felicity, because she's Felicity and she's a boss.
I don't know.
There could be, but I don't think there needs to be.
No, definitely not. I think like she's good by herself, and I like that she's kind of like breaking the norm for like ladies of society like her, going off and doing her own thing, risking her reputation by going, socialize, becoming like an employee with pirates kind of thing. So
she's a boss pirate lady. What'd you think about the whole revelation of finding out that Percy has, what was it again? Is it epilepsy? And he was going to an asylum instead of law school.
I'm not surprised by the fact that, people with epilepsy were treated so unfairly then. And I like how they included the whole with this being back then being such a religious society, and having the whole views of like how people with epilepsy are actually demon infested kind of thing. I like that the author included that, the fact that they tried to like bleed him so to get the monster or the demons out. I liked, because it's very much something that did happen in history. But I was surprised. I wasn't expecting there to be so much rep in this book. I can't say rep in this book, because we do have, main character is bisexual, and then we have his love interest being someone who's already a person of color, and then this person of color having a disability. It honestly, it did take me by surprise. I wasn't expecting. And I feel like a lot of authors don't touch upon the disabilities that are that, like, I feel like I haven't read a book with someone with epilepsy. I guess what I'm trying to say. I've seen other disabilities, like maybe someone who just doesn't have like almost like a physical disability where it affects them physically. So I was surprised by that she took that route, and I really enjoyed how she did it. Not I know what it is for someone to have epilepsy, but I feel like she did do somewhat of a good job representing that.
I think it had, for one book, I think it had a lot of representation.
Yes, it's true. I feel like she really tried to include that in her book, be very diverse.
Yeah, so POC, would epilepsy be considered mental health?
Yes.
So POC, mental health. That's it.
Yeah.
And I guess women representation too, but Felicity's white, so I don't know if that counts. I don't think that counts.
Yeah, but I like that it was very much included, and she didn't go for like an easier mental disability.
Yeah.
She went for something that's really hard, and I feel like it affects someone very much, and especially the people around them.
I think she might have talked about it in the author's note. She did. Okay.
Yeah, she did. She talked a little about it. Mm-hmm.
Did you read the author's note?
I skimmed through it, but I didn't really actually.
Yeah. I didn't read it. Politics, epilepsy. Oh wow, she does talk a lot about epilepsy.
Yeah, she does. Mm-hmm.
Race relations in 18th century Europe, and then queer culture. I think that's it. Yeah, I didn't read it, but I saw the headings for it.
One thing that I was definitely something that I learned about this time era from this book is that I knew about like the discriminations that people of color faced in those days, but I guess it didn't occur to me just how much discrimination women faced.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew about the whole going to, manor school, whatever it's called, for Felicity, going, learn how to be a lady kind of thing. I knew about that, but I didn't know about like how she wouldn't be able, when they were traveling, it was going to be hard to find hotels and places to stay because of she's a woman and they don't allow women to stay there. So I was surprised by that because I did not know that women just faced that much discrimination back then.
I hope she's going to be at Y'all Fest again this year, because then the sequel will be out and I can actually meet her, provided that Saba Tahir is not signing at the exact same time.
The fact that she keeps pushing back the release date is driving me nuts. I can't.
That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I have like a book plate for this book, but yeah, I want to meet her next year.
Did you not get it signed at Y'all Fest this year?
No, because I didn't bring it because I already had the book plate and I put the book plate on the book.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't feel the need to.
I mean, I just remember
if she's there next year, I want to bring the second book for her to sign.
Yes, I keep forgetting. Well, I always forgot it was signed, because I didn't like actually meet her. But I really like what she said. She said, "To Chloe, my darling, fortune favors the flirtatious." Love Mackenzi.
I love Monty. I love that he's so flirty with everybody. Like he would drive me insane because he's someone who jokes around too much. But I feel like he's perfect for Percy.
The sass level, man. The sass.
Yeah. And I feel like he really brings out Percy's personality, because I feel like Percy would be someone who's on a corner trying not to create too much, draw too much attention to him because of the color of his skin, and also, just who he is. It's just who he is. He's more quiet, but I like that Monty kind of really brings out his personality.
I just thought of a comparison to like a real life couple comparison as far as like personalities is concerned. And you might not get this, but I get it. So Monty would be like Shane Dawson.
Oh.
And then Percy would be like Shane's boyfriend, Ryland.
I'm sorry, my sister.
We're live. And then Percy would be like
I know who Shane Dawson is, and I know who his boyfriend is, but I don't watch him anymore, so I don't know what his personality is like anymore.
That's like the personality comparison I'm getting here. But if people who watch this later know what I know what I mean, they get it.
But yeah, probably one of the best characters I have read about in a while.
Yes. Oh no, are you still there?
Yes, and very lovable.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Huh?
You froze for a second.
No, I was just saying that Percy was probably one of the best characters I have read about in a while. He's just like very lovable, such a precious person.
I think this book is what really like kicked off my good reading month so far. Cause like I really enjoyed like doing the like 100 pages a day, so I've been doing that with my other books too that I've been reading. And I think this was a good while I started it in December, this was like a good solid start to the new year. I think.
Yeah.
What else?
If you had read it last year, say you read it in December, would this be considered one of your favorite books you read in the year?
Yeah. But like
I know that you don't like doing like top favorite books of whatever.
Well, I was a part of Mari from My Name is Marinas.
Yeah.
I did that video and I said my favorite read was Tash Hart's Tolstoy. But that was way before I read this, because I filmed that in like November and it wasn't due until the 23rd of December and it came out shortly after that. So, but that was still a really good book. And this is probably going to be like,
this is better? You like this one better?
I don't know. They were both really, really, really good. They were both 5 stars. I think if I did a top like favorite books of 2018, this would be on it for sure. And I noticed like with my reading this month, like I started with a 5 star, then I had a 4 star, then I had a 3.5 star, and then I had another 5 star.
So what do you predict anything for the next book? Do you have any predictions?
I hope we just have badass Felicity on the ship with some badass pirates. Which some shenanigans will ensue, of course.
Yeah.
And probably
So do you think this is the next book is obviously going to be from Felicity's point of view. Do you think we're going to see do you think Percy and Monty are only going to be like mentioned instead of being like actual characters, maybe supporting characters in the book?
I think they'll probably be supporting characters. And I actually didn't know that this was the Felicity book until I saw her tweet.
I saw the name.
You saw the what?
I saw the name of the cover of the new book, and then I was like, oh.
Well, yeah, but I saw it too before I even finished the book. And like the description, like a sequel to Gentleman's Guide to Vice Virtue. Now this did not say it when I read it the first time. Now it says narrated by Felicity and featuring travel pirates and science girl gang. Before it just said it didn't have the narrated by Felicity and just said travel pirates and a science girl gang. But when I was on Twitter, she has a thread of like books that she's releasing this year or things that she's a part of, and she put in parentheses next to the title, it says AKA the Felicity book. Oh, and it actually comes out October 2nd, not October 8th like I thought. That's great.
And have you read anywhere that this is a duology, or is there going to be more books?
Well, I'm looking at her thread on Twitter now. There's going to be a Monty/Percy novella.
Okay.
But I get it. Okay, so I didn't get this at the time. So says Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy comes out October 2nd. Right after it has the Monty Percy novella, and then in parentheses it says save those LGTPAP pre-order receipts. So we got to pre-order the book.
For what?
We got to pre-order Lady's Guide to get the Monty Percy novella.
Oh.
I'm gonna pre-order it right now. They don't charge you until the time, so.
Oh, but that's so far away.
So I pre-ordered Gone Rogue back in like September.
There's not even a cover yet, is there?
No. The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. There it is. Plus, you get the pre-order price guarantee, so if this price goes up, you'll get your money back, because I'm pre-ordering it now for $19.
You mean if it goes down?
Right. That. So if it goes down.
What?
If it goes down, you'll get the money back. Let's see. Proceed to checkout. I wonder if is it gonna let my card expires before the release date, so I wonder if it's even gonna let me do it.
Your what?
My debit card expires next month, so let me do it. Okay. Because it wouldn't let me rent my textbook the other day because my card expires before the semester ends. So I was like, it's probably not gonna let me pre-order this, but it lets me pre-order it. We're good. Yay. Okay. That's done. Don't have to worry about it later. All right. What else?
What was your favorite part in the book?
Oh God. That's hard. I liked when they were like towards the end of being on the pirate ship. Like when the problem was almost solved. So like when they were on the pirate ship, I think. And also when while it was embarrassing for him when he was running naked through the castle at the beginning, which got them into that mess in the first place.
I think my favorite part was definitely the end when they finally like admitted to each other and that they decided they were gonna run away together, whatever.
Yes. To that weird island that they're on.
I definitely gushed during that scene. Like, so, The kissing scene was also pretty good. I was like, damn.
That was right around that,
that's
right?
one of the best kissing scenes I've read in a while. Like, yeah, that was good.
I like the map too in the front.
Oh, I never even looked at the map. Like
I didn't either, but I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Oh, it's got like annotations on it from the characters. Like the Netherlands, Percy is not going to school there. I refuse to believe it.
What did you think the whole like plot line with the heart and
Oh my gosh, that was sad. Cuz like so like the brother is a pansy. And doesn't know whose side to be on,
I
but
don't like the sister, whatever her name is. I don't like
her either. Yeah, I don't like her either. But like, I think in the end she was fine because she like first she was like, "Do you want the heart to Percy instead of to the dude, the ambassador?"
I know, but, like, I get like her intentions, like her motives of removing her dad from prison, but I feel like she was really, really selfish in that she knew her father did not want her to get the key, to betray whatever to the mom to get the key. And that's, I mean, he went through the whole process of putting it in a little trinket puzzle box thing to hide the key from her so she wouldn't get it. And she still, I just like, I don't like her. I feel like she's so freaking selfish. And I like, there were so many times it was like, your dad literally created this stupid puzzle box to keep the key away from you. And you're trying to, like, no. I hated her. She really annoyed the heck out of me.
Yeah. But it was kind of sad, like the mom ended up sinking away at when the whole thing
she was dead. They kind of like she kind of cut out her heart.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that the heart did not get used. Yeah, I was like, you just like murdered your mom, like for real this time, and you're not gonna use the heart for anything.
Was she really dead before they cut out the heart, or was she just like?
The way I see it is, I feel like she was like in a way brain dead. Her body's still there, but she's probably like she's not mentally there anymore. So that's how I saw the whole situation with the mom.
Yeah, it was kind of confusing. What else?
Yeah, but she annoyed me. I don't like
her.
the
sister.
It's just a pansy. I don't like him either.
Yeah. It was a whole weird thing. It sounded so sketchy, like when they first arrived too.
But I am curious as to what would have happened if Percy had consumed the heart, I was really curious. I wish he did. Like, oh, can I just try like a bite, or something? I was like, because I was really curious. I was like,
but he's like, he was a good guy to not do it though.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he really was. I'm glad he made Monty see that too. It's like,
yeah,
he's like, not gonna change me. You shouldn't be concerned.
I think Monty was just over everything after all that happened.
Yeah.
Also, when they thought the dad was dead, and then they found out from the guard who was at the opera, he's like, he's not dead, he's a prisoner. That shocked me.
I do find it cute, like the story about her, how she used to tie strings on her fingers.
Yeah.
So that when they were sleeping, she could tug at him to see if he was still there.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, was there a backstory to why she's so freaking traumatized that she literally has to tie her dad to her so that he doesn't leave her?
I don't.
Is there like some kind of backstory? Because I feel like that's something that a traumatized child would do.
I don't think so, but it did seem extreme.
Yeah. I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love my mom and my dad, but I'm not going to tie a string to them.
Just imagine how long that string was, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Going from room to room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was a backstory to that. Oh, We have 4 viewers, and I know one of them is me on my phone. So,
Well, the other one's me. And
oh,
then
the other
there's
you.
yeah, and then William is apparently watching too.
Will, he is. There it is. The teens at my library rave about this book because it's a good book, and
It's a really
I always tell him to read stuff, and he's like reading, and I'm like, you're a future librarian. What's wrong with you? So
I don't get him at all. Like, how do you not like reading and be a librarian?
He's not going to reread Harry Potter with me, and I'm sad. So, Will, get on this. But yeah, what else? Okay, so one is you, one is me, one is Will. Who's the fourth person? If you have any questions or comments, please in the group chat or in the live chat, let us know.
It's probably your mom.
Probably. I get support, okay?
There was something I wanted to mention, now I forgot.
Sorry.
Do you think, if I hope Mackenzi Lee writes more, is she writes it from the little kids, the baby, like with 10 years in the future, write the babies from the baby's perspective?
The baby. What?
Monty's little brother, the goblin.
What?
The little brother, his brother.
There was a little brother? I thought there was just the sister.
Monty's little brother.
Oh, God.
The baby. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No.
Remember, he calls him the goblin.
No, I don't remember this. It's been a little bit since I read this.
At the very beginning, he complains about how the baby screams a lot. Remember?
I'm looking.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you forgot.
It's been so long already.
Remember, that's why he said. Remember when before he left on his tour, his dad pulled him aside to speak to him about the tour, and then his dad threatened to take his inheritance away. And he said, I remember him saying this. He said that the only reason his dad is finally saying it out loud is because he has another heir.
I found it. It just says it says the goblin's awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, found it. Okay. Yeah.
Remember now?
Yeah. Well, for some reason, I thought it had just been him and Felicity.
No.
Well,
he has a brother.
Now his inheritance is going to be taken away.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not like his dad cares. He has the goblin.
The goblin. Yeah, and so he's lost. Out of 3 kids, he lost 2. And now he just has the 1. Well, okay then.
That's what you get for being abusive dad.
Yeah. I forgot
like you
about
don't
that
even
too.
let your romance books.
This has nothing to do with the book, but I like your nails.
Oh, thank you. They're really, really, really ratchet right now, actually.
Is that from before you left?
It's been like 4 or 5 weeks.
I don't have anything. I haven't had anything on since my New Year's nails. I need new nails. I'm trying. I don't know. I need them to grow back out, and I'm buying time. It'll be Valentine's Day before I have new nails.
What else? What do you think of the dad?
He's an asshole.
Yeah. In the beginning, when he was like giving Monty like, a stern lecture about behaving himself, I was like, well, yeah, that's every dad. They want him to. But then you find out that he used to like actually physically hit Monty.
Yeah.
And then you find out that he's a hypocrite idiot because he used to do the same thing except with girls, and it's like, why?
Yeah, and
if anything, you should relate to your son more because you used to do the exact same things that he did.
Yeah. We don't hear much about the mom though. I think she's just quiet.
Yeah.
She went to that finishing school, murder.
That type of wife who's just there to pop out kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I got nothing.
For a moment, the main pirate guy, whatever his name was, I really thought like he was so nice to Monty. For a second, I thought that he was gonna be like part of a love triangle, and I was like, "Do not, no,
no, that's
it's always
much.
first Monty." but he was just so nice and so understanding. And I was just like, I don't like this.
Yeah, that's
but then
too
he
much.
turns out to just be a nice person. But
Excuse me.
Jesus, girl, what time did you go to bed last night? Or did you wake up so early?
I woke up early. Let's see. It's been a rough couple of days, okay?
That's true.
Which the thing is, like, Friday night I slept for 12 hours. So.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I went to bed at 8:30 and woke up at like 8.
8:30 last night? Oh, that's right, because you were...
No, Friday night.
Friday night,
yeah. Last night I think I went to bed at like 9 and I woke up at 6:30. 6. I don't know. I'm going to bed early tonight, that's the point. I don't know.
I mean, I think that wraps up for everything I had to say.
I think we had a nice little 40-minute live show. So should we do final thoughts?
Sure.
Okay, would you like to go first?
Final thoughts. I really liked this book. 5 stars, definitely. Worth every hype. Guys, and I've been watching like people's like top favorite books of 2017, and pretty much like I want to say like 80% of them included this book. So I'm excited to know what the hype is all about, because it is definitely like one of those books that's definitely worth the hype. I gave it 5 stars, obviously, and I'm glad to know that it's continuing on with Monty's sister, and I cannot wait for October to get that second book.
Yes. I'm updating Twitter for the January book. Okay. I give it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I'm really glad that I liked it, since I was really nervous about reading it. And I also cannot wait for the live show, and I hope Mackenzi Lee is back at Y'all Fest this year so I can actually meet her.
Not at the same time as Sabbath to Hear, though. Sorry.
Or anybody else that we want to see.
Sabbath to Hear is number 1.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we had that, the January book, now, again, I realize we're 21 days into January. This book didn't come out until the 16th anyway, and it is Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. This is our January book, and we have made the executive decision that our live show is not going to be the first Sunday in February, but we're going to have it a couple weeks later, like a week later. And our live show is going to be on Sunday, February 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel, Brunette Bibliophile. This is sci-fi, and if you haven't heard about this book, you're probably living under a rock, because it's been everywhere. Like, everywhere. That's all I have, basically, for January. Go pick up your copy of Zenith if you'd like to join us for our January live show. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Do you have anything else to add?
No. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous about Zenith.
Are you gonna buy a copy or get it from the library?
No, I'll buy a copy. I'm not. I don't know how I feel about it, but okay. Oh, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So far, it's not so bad. Think about like in the Lunar Chronicles, how in like in winter, and this is not a spoiler for winter, but like there's the ship, and everybody's on the ship. Think of it like that.
Oh, okay.
That's how I'm thinking of it.
With multiple perspectives too, every chapter.
Yes, with multiple perspectives in this case. I think I might read a little bit more tonight, so I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right. So thank you guys so much for watching our live show for The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue.
Go read it. It's really good.
Yes, go read it. And we will see you guys on February 11th for our discussion on Zenith.
Yes.
By Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I will say about this though, I've read The Murder Complex and the Death Code by Lindsay Cummings and absolutely loved them. So I'm hoping I'll like this because Lindsay Cummings is in it. So guys, all right, bye.
Bye.